What's up, guys? My name's Owen, and welcome back to the Bent Fender podcast. And in this episode, I am going to be reviewing the 2022 Darlington Throwback race. So, this was Throwback weekend, and everyone had a throwback paint scheme to years before, or years ago. Before the race started, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, and Denny Hamlin all had to start from the rear, all for different adjustments or being in backup cars. So, in the first stage, it was 90 laps, and joining the booth in stage 1 was the King Richard Petty. So, going to green, it was Kyle Larson and Joey Logano leading the field, and Kyle Larson ends up taking the lead. Not even 2 laps in, Brad Keselowski gets a bump from Chase Elliott and spins out, bringing out the first caution of the race. After that, the competition caution came out, which was the second caution. Joey Logano won the race off pit road. Then J.J. Yaley has a decent hit off the wall, but stays green. Getting closer to the end of the stage now, Kyle Larson just spins out. He got loose going off the corner and couldn't save it, so that he brings out the third caution. Joey Logano wins the race off pit road, but Kyle Busch takes the lead off the restart. And then Joey Logano retakes the lead. And Joey Logano ends up winning stage 1. And after stage 1, there were no cars out and only 1 car lap down. Alright, so at the start of stage 2, it is 95 laps for this stage. And joining the booth in this stage is Bobby Allison, another amazing driver in the sport. During the pit stop, Austin Dillon had a speeding penalty, so he has to start at the tail end of the longest line. Then Joey Logano won the race off pit road. Then a little while into the run, Kyle Larson pulls into the pits and has to retire from the race. He is the first car out of the race. I think he had mechanical problems, or I think when he spun, something happened. I don't know. Then Ryan Blaney and Tyler Reddick pit to start the green flag pit stops. And then so Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, Kevin Harvick take the lead on the green flag pit stops for a little bit. And then Martin Truex Jr. takes it at the end there. A little while into this run, Corey LaJoie slams the wall, not bringing out a caution. And LaJoie has to retire from this race. not even a lap later, Brad Keselowski, who was a couple laps down at this point, he hits the wall and takes out Kyle Busch, bringing out the fourth caution, and both of them are out of the race. Kyle Busch tried to bring his car back to the pits, but when he turned to go to the garage area, his car wouldn't make the turn, so he just left his car on pit road, which had a little bit of a chuckle at it, but... And after that, Ross Chastain wins the race off pit road, and he ends up winning stage 2. So at this point, there are 4 cars out, and I don't know how many cars a lap down. Now, for the third and final stage, was 108 laps. And joining the booth for this stage is Bill Elliott. Now, before the pits open for this stage, BJ McLeod just blew up in flames. Like, his whole car was just in flames for just no apparent reason. And he is out of this race. And after this round of pit stops, Denny Hamlin won the race off pit road. He leads for a little bit, then Ross Chastain spins and hits the inside wall, bringing out the 5th caution of the race, and he is out of the race. Then on the next restart, Joey Logano retakes the lead. Then a little while later, Denny Hamlin retakes the lead. A little bit after that, the green flag pit stops start. And Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell, Austin Cindric, and Tyler Reddick all take the lead on the pits. And going out of the pits, Chase Elliott spins, stays green. A couple laps later, Alex Bowman hits the wall hard, and that brings out the 6th caution, and Bowman is out of this race. On this next set of pit stops, Joey Logano wins. Then on the next restart, the big one happens. And 7 cars were involved, or 9 cars were involved in this wreck. All of them being Martin Truex Jr., Bubba Wallace, Cole Custer, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones, all involved in it. And Kurt Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Bubba Wallace, Cole Custer, and Eric Jones are out of this race. So all of 2311 got taken out in this wreck. So after the next restart, William Byron takes the lead. And he leads basically up until the last lap. He had like a 1.5 second lead at one point on Logano. And Logano ended up chipping away the lead until the final corner where Logano just dumped Byron. And Joey Logano wins the Throwback race. So the top 5 were Joey Logano, Tyler Reddick, Justin Haley, Kevin Harvick, and Chase Elliott are your top 5. And during Logano's burnout celebration, he actually blew a rear tire and had to get his tire changed before he could go to victory lane, which I thought that was a little bit funny. This was a decent race. At one point of this race, they did have a stripe counter, which is whenever a car hits the wall, they get what's called the Darlington stripe. And I think at one point there were like 28. I don't think they said the total number at the end of the race, but I think when I saw it, it was like there were 28 on the counter, which it's a lot, but so I'm going to rate this one. I'd say it was a decent race. I'd say 7.5 out of 10. And join us next week for the Kansas race. And I'm going to end this video here, guys. So please remember to like and subscribe. And we'll see you next week for Kansas. Peace.